All right. Get on in here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Started a little bit early before 8:30, so I can give y'all some time, give you some time to get on in here. So if you got the notification, come on in here. We are going to have a good episode today. Come on. Come on. Give you a few more seconds before we introduce this. And yeah, it's 8:30. So why don't we just get started a little bit? This is going to be good. So I want to ask you all a question. Have you ever thought in order to build good habits, you needed to have like superhuman discipline in order to build good habits, especially if you know you struggle with a few bad habits? I want to offer you today 3 habits that you can build that will not only increase the quality of your life right now, but they can potentially erase some of the bad habits if you implement the good habits in inverse. This is the Millennium Marketing Morning Show. My name is Avedon Smith, and welcome to the show. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Matt. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Jessica. Thank you so much for coming through. This is going to be one for the books. I can tell you that right now, because habits are something that I love talking about. And before we could get into that, the reason why this is so important to me is because I had a very bad habit of starting something and not seeing it through, of being inconsistent. That has been a very bad habit for me. And I would make excuses and everything. Here's the thing. In order for you to break past bad habits, you need to do one thing, and you need to do one thing right away. And that is, you need to have an internal why that drives you. You need to have a reason that's so meaningful to you that has to be in the forefront. Because without that turn, you're always just going to fall into it. And when I say that internal why, I mean, you need, it goes beyond just a feeling. There's a reason and a direction and a destination of where you want to go. So for instance, with me going to the gym 5 days a week, right? What that looked like on paper was I didn't desire for my body to feel like it's sluggish or is breaking down in any way. So what I decided to do was I am going to go to the gym every single day. And my why was, watch this, it is my time to spend time with the Lord, to spend time studying, to spend time getting my mind right. I created a why where me not going became non-negotiable. Because if I didn't go, even the days where my body doesn't feel like going, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like going. Even those days, now I'm looking at it as I'm going to miss out on this, and this. You see, the thing with habits is not about repeating an action over and over again. It's about becoming a person who can repeat an action over and over again. And that's the power of building 3 power habits. So the first habit that we're going to get into is going to be wake up hours before you start work. Before you start any job, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else, wake up hours before. And if you're somebody who has a long commute to work, so you have to get up early anyway, I'm just going to change your life. You're going to have to involve either, if you're like me, involve God in the first part of your mornings, but involve something else that is exciting to you, but that doesn't require the use of social media. That waking up part. Yeah, it is, because here's the thing. I'll tell y'all, for me, I usually start work at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm up 5 o'clock every day. I have 4 hours before I even start working for somebody else. That is enough time for me to pray. That's enough time for me to study. That's enough time for me to talk to you all. That's enough time. Now, for those of you who may not have that, who have to get up in that same amount of time span, may not have that much time. What would happen if you started listening to audiobooks in your car on your way to work, or audiobooks on the train if you're in New York City, you have to take public transportation? What if you listen to audiobooks instead of music? What if you, which Yofi Smith, welcome to the chat, he listens to the Bible. This man is strong in where he's at because he listens to the Bible going to and from work every single day. But a lot of people, you listening to music in that early time to getting up. The reason why you should get up hours before, because you are training your body to move at a pace that doesn't need to be rushed. There are so many people, which I was a victim of this. I'm saying victim intentionally because I became captive and trapped in my own mind, a whole bunch of other things. So I'm using that word intentionally. I was always rushing. I would get up and I would see that I got to be clocked in about 20, 30 minutes. So it's like I got to rush, get ready, freshen up for the day real fast, then be in front of the computer, and then I'm already feeling frazzled. That's not a good habit to have. It's not a good habit that you wake up just enough time so you could get yourself, rush out the door, barely have time to eat, barely have time to talk to anybody, just to get the work to be miserable. Who does that help? And another reason why, here's the other side of waking up early that a lot of you are probably going to miss. For those of you who are future business owners, I want to bring something to your attention. What time do you think the people who you want to do joint ventures with, collab deals, or reach in contact with other CEOs or heads or hiring managers of companies, what time do you think are they checking their emails? So do you want to be someone who emails 10, 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock in the afternoon? Or do you want to be one of the first people there who could send out an email 7 o'clock? So it's like you won't see that there's people that are available. The people who could give you more money are up checking their emails at a certain time. The goal is, if they have operating hours of a business, trust and believe they're checking their emails the first thing they do before they start anything else in the day. So your goal, you need to be up and available when they're up. So getting up early is not just for you. You got to look at it as, oh, these people are up this early too. So this is the perfect time to reach them before the day gets started and before they leave the office for the day. And the likelihood of them staying in the office as long as you're going to be in the office is rare. They're probably going to be gone by 12 or 1 o'clock. That's one. Habit number 2. And this one, I would say my brother Yofi is a big proponent for this one, is do not check social media the first thing you do when you get up in the morning. Do not let Facebook, do not let Twitter, do not let Instagram, do not let TikTok, do not let YouTube. Well, actually, I'm going to use YouTube as a caveat. Do not let TikTok be the first thing you sign on to. If you sign on to YouTube, you turn on an audiobook or turn on something that's educational. Turn on something that's going to feed your mind instead of polluting your mind. Turn on something that, like, if you're not going to listen, go on YouTube, go to Kindle, go to Amazon Books and read a book. Go to the audiobook, listen to an audiobook. Go to your Bible, read your Bible. These are things to do when you first get up. So because here's the thing, most of our sensory and most of the brain's activity when it comes to sensories comes from our eyes. our eyes are gates. So the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning, we're putting our eyes towards this, and we're downloading information from what we see on social media that's giving you multiple downloads at once. It's like you are giving yourself so many downloads at once. And I would say if you're going to do that, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage outside of other people who are going to be trying to compete in the same space as you. So what you need to do is you need to see, all right, when I first wake up, let me not log on to this. At least give yourself 30 minutes to an hour beforehand. At least, if you're going to be on, at least give yourself enough time before you tweet, before you post, before you scroll anything. Yovi even takes it a step further. He says, do not check Facebook or X or TikTok or YouTube until lunch hours at least. Reserve that time for family or exercise or the Lord in the morning. Exactly. You don't know. And here's the thing. I would say if you're coming on, you're jumping on like a podcast, not even just mine. If you have somebody that you listen to in the morning and that is how you start your mornings and it's educational and it actually grows you, by all means, that's one thing. But I would say get up earlier. If you know that person comes on at a certain time, get up a little bit earlier. So that's not the first thing that you're doing. The blue light from your cell phone should not be the first thing that hits your eyes in the morning, outside of hitting the snooze button if you have to use the snooze button. And if you go to bed at a certain time and are waking up early, like the first one, your body clock will wake you up at a certain time to the point where you won't actually need that. And hold up, Jess had a comment too. I want to make sure I acknowledge that. Jessica said, I've been doing audiobooks in the car lately, determined I am going to get to listen to a book that I am able to physically read it that day. Exactly. Something that really means something great to you. I think I need to add more to some of my wives. Go for it. Let me show you something. Let me see. Hold up. Chair's almost messing up. I got a new book yesterday, and for those of you that know me, y'all like, you bought another book? I bought this book called U Square. I saw it recommended on the YouTube video, and already I started highlighting and putting sticky notes with my notes in there. Just studying. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to finish this book this week. You know why? This book is 30 some odd pages, but it's filled with notes. Oh, Yofi clarified. He said more like not scrolling through social media. I do YouTube educational videos if I need to, but not like the entertainment videos and scrolling through social media to see what people are up to. See, now this is where you're getting into my third habit, brother. That's actually getting to the third habit. The third habit is to prioritize education over entertainment. Because here's the thing. I'm going to uncover something about education and entertainment that many of you probably have not noticed. The people who prioritize education tend to be the ones who are more daring, who are the ones to try harder, and the ones who are willing to seek out an opportunity and take hold of it. The ones who prioritize entertainment are the ones who will sit by and let life pass them by and say everything's unfair. And say like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. They're quicker to give up on themselves and quicker to say, I won't be able to do this, I won't be able to do that. And I'm not just making that up. You could literally look at almost everything or everyone you've seen. The people who prioritize education for the most part are the ones who are willing to go the mile even further. And the ones who prioritize entertainment are the ones who will say, this is not fair, and why isn't good things happening to me? Prioritize. It's not to say you can't have entertainment, but which one's the priority? Which one is a bigger priority to you each and every day? And here's the thing, take this as voting, right? You don't, to build great habits, you don't need a landslide, and you don't need 100% of votes casted to be victorious. You just need majority rules. So, and I'm not saying that to say that you slack up. I'm saying that to say that there's grace in building habits. You just need majority rules. It's literally like voting. You don't need to have all the eggs over here checked off in order for the habit to be successful. And if you practice this, if you put this in inverse, right? Let's invert these, because I want to have some fun. This is the bonus here. We got a little bit more time today, so I'm gonna invert these. In order for you to stop prioritizing entertainment and to start prioritizing education, you're going to need to start finding reasons as to why entertainment is harming you and not helping you. You're going to need to write down why is entertainment. You need to write it out so you can see it. Because if you don't see it, if it's not visible, it's going to pass your mind. You got to make it visible. You got to make the reason visible to you so you can see it in front of you. This is hurting my destiny. This is hurting my future. This is hurting my momentum. You need to see it in front of you. The reason why I'm saying that, you go back to a case study to the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War, most of the soldiers were addicted to cocaine. But when they came back to America, it's like the addiction had disappeared overnight. Wow. A drug that said here in America, that's said to say that you can't overcome that easily. Like once you're hooked, you're hooked. Most people kicked the addiction when they came here to America. You know why? Because it wasn't available to them. It wasn't visible. The opportunity to keep messing up, to keep proceeding in that bad habit wasn't available. So in order for you to kick the bad habit of prioritizing entertainment over education, you need to make more books available in front of you. That's why I'm buying more physical books. Because if I see a physical book in front of me, I'm more likely to pick this up because I want to do something more with this. Versus, and watch it. I can read for this. Entertainment. I got a Nintendo Switch visible, but I get to choose now. You see, you don't give yourself the opportunity to choose if you don't have both visible. And once you choose and make this more visible, because here's the thing, and this is a bit biblical, but I want to show you something that this is why what Adam did in the garden was just so heinous, if you really think about it. Abundance was visible and clear in the garden. And lack of what he was not supposed to have was visible as well. He chose the lack instead of just choosing the abundance and everything that he had. All we have to do is make sure, like, I'm going to choose this today. You choose education, you're going to start seeing that I can do this. Because when you choose education, do you know what comes with that? Competence. You know what comes with competence? Confidence. You know what comes with confidence? They're willing to take more chances. Entertainment doesn't give you more confidence. It doesn't give you more competence either. Entertainment doesn't give you more competence or confidence. That's why. Let's invert habit number 2 of do not check social media first. So let's just say if you are somebody who does check social media first. Let's say if you want to invert this habit, this is what I have on my phone. If I wake up at a certain time, I have app restrictions. So my screen is grayscaled until 6 a.m. So even watch this, even when I wake up at 5, my screen is still grayscaled until 6 a.m. and all my social media apps are locked. The Bible app is available, but all my social media apps are locked. So you gotta create things where you have to go through hurdles in order to make something a bad habit available to you. And if you go through that hurdle enough times, you're gonna start questioning yourself. You're gonna start saying, "Wait, why am I going through so many hurdles doing this? And I know I should stop doing this." And then it'll kick in, hopefully. And let's invert one. Habit number one: wake up hours before work. If you notice that you wake up just before it starts, and you're a person who just crams everything together. We'll get to that, bro. Here's the thing: when it comes to waking up early, and this could be a difficult thing. And mind you, this habit is not for everyone. There are some people who actually work late night hours. Of course, if you work the graveyard shift, this doesn't apply to you. If you're somebody who already works for yourself, you already got your own hours established, this doesn't apply to you. This applies to the person who is trying to break their way in and trying to build their email list and trying to build their list of contacts. If you're trying to build your list of contacts and build your relationships with people, you need to be up when they're up. You need to start your day around when they're starting their day, because I guarantee you they have more priorities during their lunchtime to talk to other people than you. You got to be willing to start your day off differently. And by doing this, you're going to start seeing the quality of your life changing, because as you get up earlier and you're not quick to rush to everything, you're going to see you're not as irritable anymore. You're going to see, like, all right, I got this to do. So in 20 minutes, gave y'all 3 habits and inverted those 3 habits. You got 6 different habits all in one. So hope this was good. Welcome to the chat, sis. Glad you could make it, Tahina. Yofi said, give yourself reasons to physically touch your reading material. I even like to print off my own books just to edit. I edit the entire book physically and then go back to the computer to make changes. Stay at the screen as much as you can. See, here's the thing, bro. And I like that, because with this, like, I got sticky notes already in here. You know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to take pictures of this and put this in Google Docs. I'm going to take pictures of this and put this in my Google Documents, so I can have this on scale. So in case I desire to show other people my notes and what I'm reading and what's important to me, or if I want to go over my notes on the go and I can't take the book with me, my notes are there. So yeah, I definitely see that. Show me how to do that on the iPhone. Can the iPhone see? That's a Samsung feature. The Samsung feature. Well, I can't show. I'm on my phone right now. But if I pull down, it's this option called modes, and I can set the modes for work. I can set it for driving. I can set it for study time, and I can set it for bedtime. My bedtime mode is at a certain time, my phone grayscales at night. And I can unlock it whenever I want to. I can ignore the thing. But I think at 11 o'clock at night to 6 a.m., my phone is grayscaled and a whole bunch of apps are locked at 11 a.m. At 11 p.m. Jessica said, I'm usually up before work a few hours. I'm usually up before work a few hours before. Excuse me. I do find it when I get up earlier like that I'm more confident and the day flows differently. It does. Your day doesn't feel like it's flying into each other. So, any Q&A? We got time. We got time for Q&A. Hey, Charity, welcome. Glad you're able to make it to the stream. You are just in time for Q&A. But yeah, y'all, I'm back to my book collection. See, I'm over here by my other desk, so I have my other books. This is another book that I'm still yet to get to by Sean Cannell, YouTube Secrets. This is a book that I am going to be taking more notes on. Everyone talks about this legendary book by Gary Vaynerchuk, but I'm going to get into it soon, probably soon. It's Jab, Jab, Right Hook. And I'm sorry, I'm going to tell y'all something about me. If you put pictures in your book, You got me sold. You got me sold. Was the topic about being distracted? Not necessarily. The topic was about just building better habits and how 3 power habits can improve your life, such as waking up hours before you start work, not checking your phone for social media as soon as you wake up, and prioritizing education over entertainment. Because usually, when someone prioritizes education over entertainment, the people who prioritize education are more likely to develop competence. When they develop competence, they develop confidence. When they develop confidence, they are more willing to pursue the larger goals in life. Versus people who focus and prioritize entertainment tend to blame their problems or the problems of them not succeeding on everything and everybody else, and then them not getting a fair shot or them not getting a fair chance. If that makes sense. But yeah, I have, for me, if y'all were to see, because I got my books here. I got some of my books here actually. I don't got all my books here. But if y'all were to just get an idea, what does Avedon read? So I got John Egghart's book here on fasting. So got that. Then I got The Practice of the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. Prayers That Rout Demons by John Egghart. This, for me, I'll say you take the meat, spit out the bones in this one. I don't agree with every last thing, but this is still a powerful book. As you saw, YouTube Secrets. The Sword and the Tambourine by Hannah Farrell. And basically, this is warfare and worship all in one. So that's one. And that's another marketing book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. So as y'all know, I do a lot of reading. Oh, I do have more books here. Okay. Let me see. Do I have the other editions here too? We're about to do something. We about to really do something. Yo, I hope you're still here because I'm about to do it. I got the foundational class, Avedon Ministries Foundational Manual. So it's the first manual. Then I got the manual on tithing. Then we got the manifestation of the Holy Spirit. And then we have the Galatians manual. So as y'all see, I like to read. I have a lot of physical books that I like reading from. He says he's currently editing the manual right now. It's like I have books that I love reading from. And do y'all want to hear a fun fact about me? I didn't always like reading. I didn't. Even when I used to play RPGs on video games, I would sometimes, not all the time, I would sometimes skim through the story. I just want to get back to battle and get back to fighting. That was me growing up. I didn't like reading. I didn't like a lot of reading growing up. Now, I'm not a child no more. It's the best way I could put it. But this is the latest book I bought. I got it yesterday. It's called U Squared, a high velocity formula for multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps. And I like this book a lot already because just to share with y'all briefly, he wrote in here in U Squared. It says most people operate with the mindset assume success comes one step at a time. And it says U Squared implies an explosive jump in your personal performance that puts you far beyond the next logical step. And what I did, Myron Golden gave some fire advice. He said, when you are reading a book, don't quote the person, but write down the thoughts that come into your head as you're reading their book or whatever they said. So that's why I have all these sticky notes here, because I'm writing down my thoughts in here. And the thought that I had when I read that with the explosive jump part was the original Mario game best shows what a quantum leap looks like. You can go from world 1 to world 4, or if you glitch, you can go to world 7. For those of you who know about the original Mario game with the pipes and everything, you jump and everything. And I'm like, that's literally what a quantum leap looks like. And it's not hard to do. And it's like when you really look at what a quantum leap is supposed to be, is I have it written down. Quantum leaps cannot be complex, exhausting, or time consuming. So if something is supposed, and writing it down even more, I wrote down more things. I've been writing down a lot of things with this, but with a quantum leap, the best, he said it's not good, merely observation. No, there's a glitch. There's a way you glitch it. You glitch past the pipe, and you jump like through the pipe, like you literally glitch past the pipe, and you'll go down into this negative world. It's like world -1, and once you beat that level, it's like an ocean level. You get to world 7. It's a glitch. It's a glitch in the old Mario game. What I was gonna say, there was something that I wrote here about quantum leaps that he said, here it is. You can have a quantum leap literally in anything. Quantum leaps can come in overcoming addictions, marriage, parenthood, business, or health. So which means you can literally grow in anything, and it doesn't have to be incrementally. So in business, what this looks like I'm gonna break this down for you all in one. In overcoming addictions, what this looks like is with you saying that I plan to stop smoking, and I smoke 1 pack. You go from smoking 1 pack a day. A quantum leap is, instead of a person smoking 1 pack a day, they smoke 1 cigarette a day, in like almost overnight. So it's like they go from 1 pack, and then the next night or the next few weeks, they go to only 1 a day. And then the week after that, they're completely done. They overcame it. They're done. That's what a quantum leap looks like in overcoming addictions. Quantum leap in marriages. Instead of, let's just say, you all are on the rocks, like you going through troubles and everything, a quantum leap in marriage is you're not only doing better, you're helping other couples to do better in their marriages. That's a quantum leap. A quantum leap in parenthood, same thing. Is like you go from not being present in your children's life to being one of their head at-home coaches in their favorite sport. Business, what that looks like is going from making $5,000 a month in your business to making $70,000 a month. That's a quantum leap. It's like, because some people like, I'll go from 5, go to 10, go to 15. No, jump from 5 to 70 if you can. And in health, a quantum leap in health is being able to shred 150 pounds in a year naturally and build muscle. That's a quantum leap. Quantum leaps are things that are already available to us. It's just that we're not utilizing what the full effectiveness of what's available around us. So that's a bonus for y'all. That's literally what I'm reading in here. That's just off 7 pages. Just 7 pages of reading this. So I'm gonna do more reading, more research and everything. But this is a good episode. Does anyone have any other Q&A? I see we got 5 people just chilling and everything. You just want to say, hey, what's up? Or if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. It's like we are just a decision away from what we wish to achieve. That's it. It's right there. The key word is what you said. You said it's like we are just a decision. You didn't say choice. You said decision. We are just a decision away from what we wish to achieve. But in order for you to make a decision, you got to cut off every other option. That's the part about a decision. It was a decision for, I believe his name was Cortez, to burn his boat and burn his boats and during war, so him and his soldiers could fight that much harder to take over the enemy ships. I think it was Cortez. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I do remember it was a war tactic that they would burn their ships just to fight that much harder to fight to take over the enemy ship. So, great stuff. Any questions at all? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, by the way. For you out here, hear me for the first time. If not, I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. This has been really good. As y'all can tell, I'm not on the clock today, so I was able to give you all more time. And I would like that in the future. That is my prayer. My prayer to you all is that these things don't have to be 20, 25 minutes each day. Excuse me, but they can extend this far. So I appreciate spending this time with you all. I want to release you all, though, because it is 9:05. It is Thanksgiving. And I know a lot of you are with family right now. And for those of you who are not, I just pray that you continue to be able to find some people that you can fellowship and be with today. Take some time to spend some time with some people. It's important. All right. Love you all. Take care. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and most of all, you make sure get yourself some merch, get some good food today, and most of all, you make sure you share this with a friend. This is Abaddon, and I'm out. Peace, y'all. Have a happy holiday, and see y'all tomorrow.